Well, we're getting closer to the draft, man. News is starting to float around, and the Atlanta Falcons, man, are on topic again. And the name that's popping up very familiar right now is Mykel Williams. As you saw on the Twitter, Josh Kendall broke it. He says that assistant GM Kyle Smith, defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich were among Falcon folks at a workout by Jalen Walker and Mykel Williams. And after this morning, if you remember, Mykel Williams posted a tweet. I'm sorry, posted an Instagram that he was visiting the Falcons facility in Flowery Branch. And we all know the Falcons are out for an edge rusher. So scouting both of these guys pretty heavily makes a lot of sense. Jalen Walker is one of those linebackers that can play two positions. He's very athletic. He's picked up weight, seen faster in that workout. So getting closer to the draft, these guys are vamping up, trying to hone their skills, to get that draft pick higher to make that money. But Mykel Williams at 6'5", 265 pounds. He's a big dude, man. He's prototypical size for an NFL defensive end. And the crazy part is he's only 20 years old. He'll be 21 later this year. So he's a very young kid. And it's no coincidence that those two were at Georgia's private workouts for those two players because have you been hearing news on Twitter and throughout the football world that the Falcons um, have been in discussion to move up to number 7 with the Jets? And I think right there is where the pass rusher could start to go off the board because you have teams like Carolina who can also move up over the Jets, depending on if the Giants or the Raiders or the Jaguars, one of those teams want to make a move down and try to gain draft picks to better fill their rosters. But the Falcons moving up to number 7 to go get one of these guys would be no surprise at all. And Mykel Williams, his numbers don't jump off the screen because 21 tackles, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles really don't jump off the page. But if you look at the film, you will see exactly what they're raving about. Like I said, prototypical size, uh, long arms, very efficient against the run, 83 graded run defender, and that's pretty high. And as I told you on the previous video, his pass rush win rate is only 11%, which is not good. But at the same time, under the right coaching at the next level, he can become one of the better defensive ends, and with that prototypical size and how he fits in a 4-3 defense, I think it makes sense. And then you have the Falcons possibly making more moves on their defensive line and edge rusher with Leonard Floyd, a guy who he's probably worked out with another former Georgia Bulldog who played under some of those same coaches at Georgia. So I think it balances out as far as Leonard Floyd trying to give him advice, teach him the ropes, just being a mentor to him at the next level. So I think with those two guys, um, I think the Falcons are really honing in on who they want to target in this draft. And before I get out of here, and this to me, and just like I titled this video, "Deja Vu," it seems the same thing. Closer to the draft last year, the Falcons honed in on Michael Penix very hard. And when I knew that he was going to be the pick, when they all flew out to Seattle, even Arthur Blank flew out to Seattle to see the kid work out. Arthur Blank put his hand on it. He said, "That's who I want." And that's who they went and got. So one of these two guys, no matter if they stay at 15 or trade up to 7, I think Mykel Williams or Jalen Walker is going to be the pick. And it makes a lot of sense. And we all talk about they don't draft Georgia Bulldogs, but I think this is the year that changes. And rightfully so, because it's time to just go get that game changer at the edge rusher position and just see how it plays out. But this could be the year we get a Georgia Bulldog. We get a pass rusher to go along with what we have already, Leonard Floyd and the other guys that are on the team already. And don't forget, as I always say, we get Braylon Trice back and we'll see how he comes back after a major knee injury. Uh, Brings him along slowly. And if he works out, Falcons hit a home run in this draft by taking another edge rusher. Listen to this quick interview on the Danza Project about how Mykel Williams say he separates himself from the rest of the class and why he's one of the best prospects in his NFL draft.
I'm a GM. I'm talking to you, and I want to know what separates you from the pack.
Yeah, I feel like what separates me, my mentality, bro. Like my mentality about work and how I go about my work and how I do stuff on the field and preparation leading up to it before I get on the field. I feel like all that's different. Then I feel like you can use me differently than you can use other players. I feel like I'm the most versatile player in this draft. Like I saw on tape that I can do everything from a one tech, which is a shade to a 9 to dropping in coverage and to slicing the flat. So it's like whatever team need, I feel like I can do it at a high level.
Well, he pretty much verifies for himself what we've all been saying. He's a very versatile guy. He can play anything from the wide 9 to the inside to the 5 to the 3. He can move up and down the line. He can cover on the outside. He can set the edge. Anything you name this kid can do. And like I said, with that prototypical size, decent speed, he has great plays with a high motor, great pursuit angles. Like I said, the only thing he needs to work on is probably his pass rush repertoire, but any young guy has to do that. But when it comes to playing against the run, he's one of the best. And the Falcons struggled the first half of last season against the runs. They started off in the 20s, but ended up in the middle of the pack. But with a guy like this and what they already have on the roster, it could kind of put them over the top when it comes to run defense. But you look at the numbers, like I said, they don't impress you. They don't jump off the screen. But when you talk about prototypical size, upside, if he gets around the right coaching, and I pray he's working with our guy Chuck Smith in Atlanta, a guy who's known to train some of the best pass rushers in the NFL. So he would have that at his disposal at times. And Chuck has guys working up under him. So if he goes up to the training facility, I feel like he can get the most out of his skill set, and it can make him a dominant player in the NFL, especially at 6'5", 265, 270. But Mykel Williams, prime target prospect for the Atlanta Falcons in the 2025 draft. Is he the right pick? Y'all let me know. Drop those comments, and I'll holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.